and welcome to the very first Vigorous podcast. I'm gonna give the word to the high chief. Oh no, you're not the high chief, right? You want the last word, but you're not. Like your wife is the highest.
Yeah, she's high chief.
Is that how it works?
I'm like regular chief.
I'm gonna give the word to the regular chief.
Hey guys, my name is Eric, coach of Vigorous CrossFit. I'm here with the team. Kelly is so generous to just lend lend us her skills in terms of doing the podcast with us. Mike is here with us, one of our coaches as well, and Mr. Miles, also our coach at VC. So we're going to be starting off this podcast, the four of us, and basically we'll just guide you guys through some of the aspects of CrossFit, bring things more down to earth, because it's a lot less scary than what people usually think or see online and what they would hear, at least here with us. And so basically we want to have this podcast for you guys, for those that are looking into CrossFit, knowing and looking for more information, or for people that are interested in eventually doing this, but you don't know, you have some stumbling blocks. So we're here actually to talk about topics that will kill the taboos, or put things into perspective, make things realistic. That's what this is for. And also bring, some lighter to deeper topics in terms of like some actual events, things that we personally are planning over here to highlight you guys a little bit. So basically that's it.
But also to interview, right? Members.
Yes, correct. Thank you very much.
Members for members, bro.
Members for members.
Members for members.
Yeah, and also bring it. It's not always going to be us talking. So you'll hear mostly like Kelly talking and interviewing an athlete with one of us. And just bringing the whole thing of CrossFit, not from the coach's perspective, but from everyone's perspective, because we all see different things, and I think that's just.
But you guys know I have the best way how to see things, so.
Always one rep maxing. Yeah.
I know, right? I know. Also with podcast, always maxing out.
So we'll be starting off today's podcast. We wanted to do something a little bit light first. So we wanted to talk about a current event that's coming up, and the CrossFit Open, and CrossFit in general for us. So the coaches will just hook up on some train of thoughts in that, and I guess what's important that we want to discuss is the Open is coming, and maybe we can explain what the Open is, in your opinion. Yeah.
Why is it called the Open? It's called the Open because it really is open to everybody. It's an elite competition at the end, and it's the qualifiers for an elite competition, but it was open to everybody from the beginning. Anybody that did CrossFit could join in this global. Because global, it was American at the start, but it was now global.
Why is the maybe explain why is the Open for?
Well, originally it's a entry into a competition. Yeah. It's your qualifier for a competition. But that's not how I see it.
Okay.
That's not how I've ever seen it. I look at it, because I've been doing CrossFit for 10 years, but I've only done the Open for the last 4 years. And the reason I started doing it is because I wanted to just see how I was doing as I got older, relative to my cohort, my subset of the population. So it's have I survived this year? Am I still as good as I was relative to my age, or even better than the previous year? So it's like a massive global whiteboard. So you kind of just have to have a little bit of step back from the ego, because there's some crazy athletes out there that are always going to be better than you. There's always going to be somebody that's got these massive scores, and you just have to go in saying, why do I do it? I'm going to do it because I need to have a look and see how I am relative to others.
Yeah, because the Open is something you do for the CrossFit Games, right? That's the original idea, right? Yeah. And then you can register, and then on the hand of a leaderboard, you know where you stand from the whole world.
And that's kind of why I stepped away from it, because it's oh my God, these workouts, and you're comparing yourself against these really crazy athletes. But there's another aspect to the Open. It gives you a big data set, and I'm a data person. I'm I studied sciences and statistics, and I want to see where I stand on the whiteboard. And this is a whiteboard of 200,000 people.
Yeah.
You know, not all my age for sure.
Very
few my age.
I guess it's nice to see, like, where you globally are standing statistics wise. It just brings everything to a little bit more of a global perspective. It's like, your bubble becomes a little bit bigger. But Marijke last year, she did pretty well in the Open.
What did you
by
do?
accident a little bit. I was so I joined the Open. It was my second time, I think. And
How long have you been doing CrossFit?
2.5 years.
2.5
Oh,
years.
it's not that long.
No, so I just joined the Open, and Miles and Susan were helping me out a little bit. And I was doing the workouts. I was like, okay, that was fun, and now the Open was done. And I remember I said that, I think, to a friend, like, okay, I'm gonna take a week off and take a chill day, and I done the Open. And then I got an email like, hey, you're invited to the quarterfinals, and it starts in a few days, and it's for a weekend.
Cool.
And I was like, oh shit, how did that happen? And I was like checking the leaderboard, and I was like, oh wow. And then, then it was a weekend of workouts, and it was insane. It was super fun, and it surprised me, but also motivated me. Like, I just did the workout, like, just see what happens, and then suddenly I was through to the next round. I was like, oh wow,
I'm doing better than I think I am.
Yeah, so it really motivated me. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool to hear. Yeah, so I've never registered for the Open, like, officially, because I don't want to compare myself to the rest of the world, because I know I'm gonna be very low. And I also think, I don't know, maybe it was a money thing that I think, why should I register? I think that's it. But I've always done, last year I did all the workouts in the gym, because I think that's so cool. We're going to do it here also, right? That you can do the workouts. So I did that, like, in the gym to do the workouts, just to see how I would perform in an open workout, because that's like something all different than a normal WOD for me.
Yeah. I think maybe it's interesting to talk about. It's like, usually money would be a thing, right? So to officially register for the Open, it costs $20.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's a lot of people that, we think that way. I used to think that way. It's like, oh no, it's $20 out of my pocket, and I'm going to be participating in the Open where all top athletes are going to be outperforming me. Yeah. So I think, like, the question is, like, is it worth it? And
I don't know if I would do CrossFit a lot. I think it would be worth it, because as Miles said, you can see yourself each year, and you can see, like, where you stand. You can see how you did a workout. And if you are planning to do CrossFit more, you can see, oh, I did a workout 3 years ago, something, and I did that number, and now we're doing it again. Because mostly you do towards the Open. I think we did today, now we're filming this, you did an open workout from, I don't know, today you did 2011. And then you can, like, see yourself, oh, I did in 2011, I did that. Now I'm doing that. So I'm getting better or not getting better.
It's also,
so that's pretty cool.
It's also, I think, also for the experience a little bit. So it's to see a little bit how you do, but also for the experience of filming yourself, joining a competition where everybody can join. It's also, I don't know, I always like it because everybody does one workout, we do it all together, everybody films it, and it's like you talk about, okay, how did it go for you? How was it? And then you see then on Instagram, on YouTube, other people from all over the world doing the same workout. I don't know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, but that's why I like doing the Open in the gym also, because you have, like, everyone is, like, towards the same goal.
Yeah, I think what's important is that it becomes a live event. I mean, we do workouts every day. So what's the difference between doing regular workouts and open workouts? I mean, just like today we did 20.11. 11.5. That's 2011 fifth workout. But the thing is that that moment when everybody in the whole world, all the affiliates, right, are doing exact same workout, that has, well, CrossFit calls it magic. I call it magic as well, but it makes you want to do better. Yeah. And I mean, like, I've been doing the Open for years after years now. Have I scored high? No, I wouldn't necessarily say so. Not as high as I would want to, but it's interesting to see is, like, how some workouts just leave a mark,
Yeah.
or like a memory or a feeling with me. And I think that's interesting, and that's kind of what we want to pass through as well to our athletes. Is like, when you see someone like doing a skill that's a little bit more advanced and you don't have that, it does push you to get better.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And also, hearing a couple of no reps on the side. I mean, yesterday I got no reps by Miles. And, it's like.
But what does a no rep mean? What's a no rep?
No rep is basically when a standard. Whoa, Miles.
Yeah. No rep.
To set a level playing field for everybody, there has to be a standard of movement. So,
Yeah.
Say you're doing a front squat, as it was yesterday, your shoulder, hip, knee has to be lined up. You have to stand up tall.
Yeah.
Before you drop the bar. So when you're doing lots and lots of quick reps, we kind of forget that we have these standards, because everybody is, to make it a level playing field, everybody has to be judged by the same standard.
Yeah.
So if you don't stand up tall, then the rep is not complete.
Yeah.
And it's a no rep.
Oh, okay.
So and there are standards in judging for almost every movement, so that level playing field is the same. So nobody's shorting a movement, and then you can do them a lot quicker. Like a squat goes all the way down.
Yeah.
If we only go like halfway down to one,
you're doing half squats.
parallel with the legs, that's not the same amount of work. It's not the same amount of effort. So it has to be even.
And it might be harsh, to like hear a no rep. I mean, like I was shocked. I was like, what? I was like no rep. But then at the heat of the moment, you just got to make the rep again. And I can perfectly understand that for a beginner to hear, like, to get a no rep might be hard. But I think that's what we're going to be setting the tone in differently. It's like, we personally, as the coaches team, we want to have our athletes gain that experience of a little bit of competitiveness, but at the same time, have them under a care. So, we are going to be strict on movement standards. And obviously, if someone doesn't have the mobility yet, then it'll be working out a little bit differently. But in any case, there'll still be that nurturing, that caring aspect here during the Open. So I think it'll be a really interesting part. And I hope actually with this podcast, and also with the males and how we tell it to everybody, more and more people will actually join in the Open.
So the Open is starting in February, right?
Yeah, end of February.
End of February. Yeah. Okay, so how are you gonna do it here? Like, is it every Saturday? I saw something about Saturdays.
Yeah. So the goal or the game plan is basically CrossFit releases the workout, so 22.1 on Thursday, their timeline, same thing about Pacific time. So that will be meeting for us Friday early morning here.
Okay. Right?
Yeah. So what we will do is obviously we'll analyze the workout, make a game plan, a couple of strategies, but also organize that immediately for the next day. So it's going to be also a busy 3 weeks for us, because we'll be doing a lot of micromanaging at the same time and adjustments. But on Saturday, people will be able to register on heats. So when they want to do the workout, that is excluding the warm-up and the briefing. So we'll have moments throughout the day wherein we'll brief athletes that do not or need briefing. And then there'll be like a 15-minute warm-up before the heat begins. And we are going to try and make a little bit of a party out of it. So Alex...
party.
Yeah.
Now you got me interested.
Alex will be DJing for us.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's it's going to be good music, at least in that case.
So when you sign in, that means it's go time, right?
Yeah.
If you say it's 10 o'clock, I sign at 10 o'clock. I have
Yes.
to be ready, warm, everything.
Yeah, but the workout might differ. So
Yeah.
other times, like the workout for today was 20 minutes. That's the thing, though, is we don't know what 22.1 will be. It could be a 7-minute workout. But in any case, that's going to be our main thing, our main focus. So as much as possible, we are going to be needing some extra hands on this. Like, so for those that are interested in learning how to judge an athlete, or just giving some extra hands and with setting up over here, obviously our athletes are more than welcome to participate in that.
And I think what you said, by the way, about pushing yourself a little bit more in the Open, I think now we have the DJ and then we do it together. Also, the movements you've been working on during the classes and during the workouts, and practicing and stuff, sometimes during a competition, I think Miles, you had one too. I had my first bar muscle up during competition.
Nice. Yeah.
I think a lot of people have their first skill movement or first PR maybe on a certain weight. Had it in competition because you have the adrenaline, you have the vibe, you have the support, and then that's the difference I think sometimes between normal workout is you have a slightly
It's easy. Yeah.
yeah, you have a slightly more adrenaline.
It's a higher motivation.
Yeah.
So I got my first bar muscle up and my first ring muscle ups doing open workouts.
Oh, nice.
And I'm always a little cautious of ring muscle ups because of the shoulder injury. So I was like, do I do them? Do it? I'll try it. Do it because it's the open. There's only given me a couple of reps. Well, in the end, I think I got 4 or 5 reps, which put me up 10,000 places.
Oh, nice.
Because you either have or you haven't, and if you get one, you maybe get one. Well, it sometimes makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to push
it does make a
myself.
difference.
I'm going to really concentrate on that skill, and it is universally a motivator to really push that little bit harder.
You get I will just try. I'm gonna try this time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll just see, and then sometimes it goes like at the same. Yeah.
Because now my question is, when you just said that about the motivation, is what kind of mindset brought you to that moment that you thought, okay, let's go, let's try it.
Well, I've always been trying to get the muscle ups and get that, because it's a super strength and coordination and all the rest of it. And I was like, okay, it sets a deadline, and I think that's always the thing with competitions. They set deadlines to acquire skills, so it focuses you, and I think that's what helped me. Is I started looking around in ways, other skills, other coaches online, see what advice they could give just to do that. And one coach I found had a really good way of just like, okay, if you start from this perspective, start here, try that. Okay, it's a different, you wouldn't normally do a muscle up that way, but it's okay, and it's a good trigger point to start. I was like, well, why not? Try it, because I have a deadline.
But did you only had one focus point, or were there more? Because I find it hard in CrossFit to just focus on getting better at one thing, because you want to be better at everything at once.
Yeah, and it's to me, it's always the blessing and the curse of CrossFit. There is so many things to learn, which is wonderful. So many things to learn, which is so fucking frustrating. Excuse me, my French.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating that you've got toes to bar, you've got muscle ups, and you've got pull ups, and just a bar, and you've got handstand push. There's so many things, not to mention the Olympic weightlifting. Each one of these things is incredibly fun to learn if you're into trying to learn movements. However, they're also frustrating because you only get them each. So focusing is often a hard thing, especially if you're just doing it for 1 or 2 days a week. And that's what I think this and some of the smaller competitions are really fun, is that they give you that focus point. You have to get it done by then.
Yeah.
And that's really useful.
And you can also scale a lot.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Where's the risk? Where's the risk? If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Yeah.
But it gives you that focus point. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as you say.
Like that quote.
Huh?
I said I like that quote. Put it somewhere. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I don't know. It's gonna most probably sound weird, but no, yeah. About mindset though, I think it's going to be nice if people just. That's the funny thing though about mindset, right? You start coaching about mindset, and sometimes you get a 50-50 chance, right? So it's a big gain. All of a sudden, the athlete grows about the mindset, but most people also regress from that. It's like, oh no, I have to step up the game and stuff like that. So it puts stress on them. And I think with the open is that indirectly, or maybe it's actually more directly, it kind of changes the person and their perspective about improving themselves.
Yeah.
Just because it's the event. And I think, I personally, I'm not a very competitive guy in terms of CrossFit competition, but I maybe contradictory. I do like to give my best. And for me, my mindset is not so much as I have to beat the other person. I just know that I can do better.
It's just you against you.
Yeah, it's me against me, and that's what I think is keeping me up. Not at night, but I mean keeping me up with the open workouts every year. Is that yes, the workouts are going to be different this year. Yes, we don't know what we're going to be expecting, but at the same time, I do think it's a chance for me to step into that unknown and just try my best and see where it's at. And yesterday we did some qualifiers, and immediately you just see things that you learn about. Okay, hey, we need to tackle on this in our next training segments. We're really good now in long workouts. We're really good with the strength components, but with the short sprints, we're gassing out and we're dying into that aspect. So you always learn something when you have the right mindset for that part. And for me, it's like I'm not destructive for myself. I think I've been there, done that. And what I like to kind of just teach to everybody is just go through the process. You don't have to go like 150%. The point is like just do your best and see what your body can do, and then from there start building up. With the right science and the right mindset.
And how do you stay motivated?
Well, that's a good question. Right? I don't. I'm disciplined. No, I guess like for me, like
it's true though.
Oh my gosh, are we getting there? Oh my god.
Like, when you're more motivated than you're not.
I feel like
Yeah.
that.
You just go, boom.
Because
And you just have to drag yourself through, but then it becomes just a question of consistency. And then there are times you just get excited by it and you get motivated just by the workouts and working out with other people, which I think CrossFit does very well. That creates and helps motivation. But consistency, is key in this.
I guess like personally for me, the question would be is like how do I stay motivated to keep improving? Because training is something I think we all have in common. It's something we just do. I mean, I can perfectly understand as a beginner, it's like, oh shit, I'm losing motivation, so I'll not go. But for us, it's like, I don't really feel like it, but I'll be there. That's who we are now, and that's when you can actually say a person is disciplined about that part. But how do you stay motivated to just kind of keep improving? I don't know. It's just for me. It's just is. I mean, like there's movements that I like doing in CrossFit. But there is also movements that I need to improve in CrossFit. And for some reason, I always tend to go towards that. Hey, I need to improve in this aspect, or I need to work on this technique or condition or whatever it is. So I guess it's just a constant pursuit of, of improvement, like, virtuosity in your training, what CrossFit usually talks about.
What's virtuosity?
Virtuosity is the how do you call that? Well, basically the constant pursuit for excellence. So you always want to be better. You always want to improve. Into compared to what you are. So improving your training. And that's part for CrossFit.
And also I think with motivation, it's to trust a little bit of the process. So trust that there will be days where you feel like, man, I'm not improving, or you feel like, hey, last week I did a 30 kilo, today I did 20. But trust the process. Your body is never the same. Your body will never be 100%, like you said. And so it's trust the process. And also when you feel like, hey, I don't feel I progress, or I don't feel like getting strong or getting fit or getting better, still just keep doing what you're doing, because the consistency will, at some point, you will see the results and feel the results. So trust the process, even when at that moment you might not feel like
nice.
It's working.
Trust the process.
Because if you turn up and you don't feel that day you're giving the 100% relative to the day before, because you're not quite feeling it, you've turned up.
Yeah, you did
you
more.
Still turned up. You've done more
than
if you wouldn't. And every day cannot be at 100%. That's one thing that's very important to understand. If you do I've fallen into this trap where you come in and you're always trying to push each workout at RX, and actually it inhibits your progress. It inhibits your development, because your body cannot take it. It takes time to develop and build. And if you're always at that redlined kind of idea on a daily basis, your nervous system, your brain just cannot take on new information. They cannot process that. You have to take days, and this is what I've learned here, is that you have to take days where you just dial it back, focus on one skill. Obviously you want to go the hardest on some days, but there are other days you just dial it back to get the better days better.
Yeah, it's always long term.
I know for me, I learned when now I'm doing more weightlifting. I think my motivation is now different. where my motivation used to be like going max out, doing a PR and be as heavy as I can, my motivation is now, oh, is the lift, is it looking good? Am I pulling good? Is my left foot, is he not coming forward? So I found it really, like, for me, it changes the motivation part of it. Like, now I just want to train every day and not go that heavy because I want to improve my technique. And I didn't know I had that in myself. I was like, when I started, I was like, oh, let's go heavy every day. But your body cannot handle going heavy every day. And I didn't like it, going heavy every day.
I wish you could.
No, yeah, I wish I could.
The thing is, if you go heavy every day, you miss that wonderful feeling when the bar floats up.
Yeah.
And it's like the bar has got weight on it, and it shouldn't be heavy. It shouldn't be light, but it is light.
Yeah.
And it's like those moments of just that sweet spot, that flow, when you just boom, when there's that, it's above my head. How the hell did that happen? You just got that sweet spot, and that's almost as addictive as going heavy and getting the PRs.
So that's what I found out. That for me, is it better to have that feeling, that technique wise, that everything's going right, than like hitting a PR, a heavy PR. Now when I hit a heavy PR, I just look at my video and think, oh man, I did not do that right.
Yeah. So the heavy PR is about ego.
Yeah.
Whereas the other is about the process of learning.
Yeah.
But that needs patience.
Patient.
Yeah,
Man.
patience,
Patient is really
and that process of moving forward, and you get it's like one of those sort of puzzles where you have to click the different places into place to get, I don't know, the balls to fall down or the door to open or whatever it is. When you get those elements and you've done those elements enough in the right order, suddenly it just clicks into place, and like I said, the bar flies up, and it's like, oh, that was a lot less effort than before, and
everything comes together.
You know, and I know it from riding horses, from skiing, from mountain biking. All sports have that element of when you get it right. Oh my god, it's addictive.
Yeah.
It's so addictive.
Oh man, it's pretty cool. Let's go. Let's kill the open all together. Motivated as fuck. Oh, sorry. Language.
Now you're hyped up.
Now I'm hyped up. Yeah, I know, right? But you know what I like. What I'm looking a little bit forward to, that I saw a lot of people are gonna do it right here, is the running competition.
Yeah. So the CPC, right?
Yeah.
This year,
I did not expect to be as excited about running.
Did you sign up?
Almost. I think
What do you mean almost?
I think when this is on, I'm gonna be signed up. I'm gonna do the 10K, people. Let's go. I'm asking everybody here, eh? And I'm not signed up. So if I ask you, I'm sorry.
No, yeah. So basically the CPC in The Hague is a yearly thing, right? So it's a city per city, and there's a couple of distances you can run. You can run the 5K, you can run the 10K, you can run the half marathon. And the funny thing is, like, how we got into that and how it became a big event with us is basically, and this is where I'm happy with the community, because, you know, one of our members is working in a healthcare system, and basically he approached us and says, like, well, are you guys interested in running for a good cause? And I think one of the reasons why it's becoming so big is just that, you know, I mean, I run my kilometers, right? I mean, before, and then now I'm just getting back into the running again. I can see how my body's adapting quickly to that part. But I wouldn't necessarily be running on my free time or free will, to be honest. Yeah, right? You know, deep in our DNA, there's a little bit something about more than 10K that we're just not willing to run every week. But I guess in this case, you know, it livens up, and there's a lot of people, you know, joining and participating and actually going for the good cause. So basically, the healthcare organization Midden is doing this event for their how do you call that, residents, and they want to create a fitness physical fitness activity for their residents that are physically less capable. So I think that's a really, really good cause, because, you know, obviously we support movement and we support fitness. Yeah, so we're working with them together, and everybody that runs from Vigorous will be wearing a shirt and running for a good cause in that part. So that's going to be really nice.
I'm just doing it for the shirt and to help good cause.
But mainly for the shirt.
No, but I also wanted to say, like, I saw why you were doing it, and also like bringing the running watch out. I really love the running watch, and that's like got me more motivated to run more, and to like when I saw more people running, I thought like, hey, why not? Let's go for it.
It's also when you do stuff that might be not so fun, but you do it together.
Yeah.
It becomes fun. So like things like running.
Whoa,
For
mic blown.
For example, running. I can understand if you think, oh, it's a bit boring, or I don't go outside when I'm at home and chilling. I don't want to run. But when you sign up for class and you do it with more people and you run and it's working on your own pace, it's working on your own running technique. It really is more fun.
Yeah.
I've been joining the classes at the beginning, and it's really fun to do it together. I'm not a fan of running. I always do it by myself, but I really like the class because you do it together. I don't know what it is, but
you run often though, like even before before the running one, you already did like your 5Ks.
Yes, because I don't like, but I wanted to still be okay running.
But boyfriend's always running away from me.
Not for his run.
Fast. But I think that's a very an interesting point that I think that could be the definition of CrossFit, is doing lots of stuff you don't feel that are really uncomfortable, but doing it together makes it fun.
Yeah. Because we've all been in a class and doing a workout, and during the workout you wonder why yourself like, why am I here? And then you look around and you see all the other people working so hard and suffer also, but getting stronger, and then afterwards you have that feeling like that, I don't know, it's a kind of adrenaline good feeling, and you all look at each other like, we did that and we're gonna do it tomorrow again because this is fun. We do it together. We work on our goals, our own goals, but we do it together. Yeah, that's nice.
Well,
I
so
like
cool.
that.
I like you saying that. Yeah. I also I think last year I started running a little bit, because that's the only thing you could do. Everything was closed.
Yeah.
And if you are disciplined, I found out for myself, is you are like disciplined and you run 2-3 times a week and you keep it up, you can run a 10K. Like, it just needs it's the same. Like, you're not always gonna be motivated. You just need to be disciplined.
Yeah, and also you need proper setup. Proper preparation for that. I honestly didn't expect the running one to boom this quickly. I mean, we started the first class in Malieveld, so we run outside, and it's an hour. And I think we were still in that lockdown that happened somewhere beginning January, and with the whole limitation of like 2 only per coach, I set it up only for 2 people, and it was Marijke that signed up together with Jerson, so it was only them 2. So it was really funny, and all of a sudden there was a waiting list already. And then we took a little bit of a risk since we're just running outside, and then all of a sudden it became a little bit bigger than that. And then like last week we had like 11 people. It's a constant like 11 to 15 people of participating in a running WOD, and these are all people that surprisingly you'd say actually that everyone in the running WOD would be runners. And if I were to sincerely look at it, like most of them are actually there to learn how to run.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of hits the spot. Is like when people actually practice the things they suck at, or they're not as good at. I think there's one very commendable, and 2 that's really more worthwhile your time, because you're investing in yourself in terms of how to improve your running, because your running is always going to suck until you improve it.
Yeah.
Right? Until you get better at it, until you actually start working and make it less sucky. And I think that's just nice to see, when people are doing this. But it's also good because like most of the runners now, they're either there to learn the basics, but on the other side, some of them are also saying like, hey, maybe I can do a 5K. Hey, maybe I can do a 10K or a half a marathon. And for me as a coach, that's nice to see, and it's more gratifying than anything to make people realize they can do so much more than what they think they can. And the same goes for workouts. When we think about, oh shit, I'm gonna be having a really difficult time in this workout, But at the end of the day, you know, you did so many rounds, or you did it so fast.
Yeah.
That sense of achievement, that's worthwhile. In my opinion.
Yeah, he did it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone who wants to sign in, how does it work? Just go to the CPC website and then sign in yourself. And do people need to tell you when they sign in?
Yeah, so basically everybody signs up individually. There's been questions about, like, is there going to be like a team registration? We can't do team registration because they require us to run all the same. I'm planning to go for a half marathon.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't want to do that, so we will have to sign individually for that. But there'll eventually be a pop-up in the mail or in the application when you guys can, or we'll be asking you guys to give us a notice that you guys are going to be running for us, or, you know, in combination with the good cause. And then, you know, the t-shirt and stuff like that, we'll work it afterwards behind the scenes. But yeah, basically sign up individually. Do what you can. You know, that's, I think, the most important thing if you guys are interested in signing up. And also know, like, you know, there's a whole team behind this, right? So don't think you're gonna be last. It's not about that. Think about, like, hey, I'm part of a team that's gonna be doing this challenge. You know, it's a challenge for me to run 21. Since, you know, I've been doing most of this stuff, like CrossFit style training, and not so much more than a 10K.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, it's also going to be a challenge, but I think that's the fun part about it. We get to do it together.
No worries, I'm gonna be last, so the other person is gonna be not last.
Second last.
So it's okay. I'm taking that spot, guys. Don't take my shine on being last. You can take the other shine. So yeah, this was a pretty cool conversation we had. For next time, I think if someone wants to join us and have a conversation with us, just let us know. Would be pretty cool to get to know the members better.
Yeah, and also, like, I think it's nice to, you know, this is a podcast not about us as coaches. Obviously, the first one is a little bit about more our experiences and stuff, but it is more about, you know, it's for the members and for those that are interested outside our CrossFit box to know what CrossFit box is all about. So if you guys have any interesting topics after hearing this podcast, you know, just shoot us. Let's make it actual in terms of, like, you know, relevant topics. You know, we don't want to be talking about, like, how to coach a class. I guess it's a lot more interesting is, like, what do you expect as a beginner, or what can a beginner expect? And it'd be nice to hear it from one of our members too. So definitely hit us up, and you know, keep listening, keep learning. I'm gonna think about a better catchphrase.
And be great! Go out there and be great!
All right, stay vigorous. There you go.
Stay vigorous, my friends.